Hello. Hello, howdy, come on in. Welcome. I was fascinated by the shockingly ominous emote. Io the Super Princess has posted. But yeah, welcome. Howdy. Come on in. Gotta be honest, it's one of those Wednesdays where Twiins didn't have much of a plan as to what to do today. But that's okay because I just released some comic chapters, and so we can chit chat about those because I like those, and because you all were very excited about them. It seems. So yeah, welcome. But also, we can wander. You know how chatting streams tend to be. We struggle to stay on topic around here. I'm also mildly distracted by, like, we've got damn near every window cracked open today. And that means that I can hear the outside world so efficiently, and everyone's being so loud out there today. Hi, welcome, howdy. I'm good. It was a pretty swell day. What the heck is this? What is this? Oh. When you spot art in your list of things. Yeah, let me grab you guys actually. Where are you? No, you're fine. You're formatted kind of weird, but you're fine. Whatever. So I had to deal with a 30-second ad. It is, you know, I gotta be honest. I don't know if I have any control over the ads. I think I might, but I don't know. If I had it my way, there wouldn't be any ads. They annoy me. And I don't want, they're annoying. Ads are obnoxious. And, yeah, that's the long and short of it. And so if I could, I'd just get rid of all of them. And then, you know, I'll do that with YouTube as well. Where if I'll post a video, like this happened actually just the other day with my newest video, the top 10 songs for Project Sekai. And so I post a video and it's like, great fam, we put all the ads in for you. And I was like, no, hang on, wait a minute. And I go in there and YouTube auto allots in like 15 ad breaks. And I'm like, no, and I know that means I'm making less money as I remove all those ads. And I'm like, yeah, but that's fucking obnoxious. I think about it as a consumer. You know, if I'm watching a video, I don't want that many ad breaks. They'll annoy me. That's stupid and dumb and annoying. So I limit them as much as I can. The weather is nice. It's supposed to be cold again next week though. So, do you get paid for the ads? Yes. I get paid for the ads both on YouTube and here. I actually think I get most of my revenue here on Twitch through the ads, not through you guys' donations, actually. But, so yeah. There'd be. So, if I can get rid of them, like, I would love to. But I just don't know if I can. You have an ad blocker? I don't think ad blocker, at least the one I have, doesn't work on Twitch. So, every time I try to check out, and that's the roughest thing is the one that auto plays when you try to start a stream. You try to join a stream, Twitch will play, you know, like 2 30-second ads, and those are the real killers. The amount of times I've been like, oh, I'll just check what this person's doing real quick. You know, just a little like, what's this person's deal or whatever. And you click, and you sit through a whole fucking commercial, and then you sit through a whole nother fucking commercial, and it's like, oh! So those are the worst ones. Chat, we need to throw more money at her. I'm not gonna complain. I hate the idea that to make more money on YouTube, you have to have more ads and therefore spend more time not watching the thing. You can. I mean, it makes sense. It's how YouTube makes their money. It's just what a bummeroni that ads are so annoying. Twiins, why do you make such a beautiful girl in your webcomic? I'm very good at making attractive people. It's just the truth of it. She's actually inspired by a Shiro Miwa character design. I wear my inspirations on my sleeves openly. But I've got the Shiro art book, Gadgetry. And I don't know what this character's name is. Shiro. I think I spelled that wrong. Shiro Miwa art suit girl. And see if that yields results. Nope, did not yield the results. But yeah, there's a gal that Shiro's got. I think she's in Dogs. And she's got a striped suit like Ruth. I was really into, and I think she also has quite straight hair. Maybe she doesn't have a striped suit, but she's got, I was very into, like, the verticality of her design, and I wanted to incorporate that into Ruth's design as well. So, yeah, that's how, by stealing other people's designs. Yeah, because I'm, a total fraud. When it comes to being an artist. I'm just out here being like, I like that, I'm taking it. The important part is, you can't just, you know, change a couple of the answers and say it's the same thing. Sorry, I'm looking at Google. I'm trying to see if I can find this gal. But she just doesn't exist anywhere. There are no pictures of her online in any way. It doesn't help that I do not know her name. So if I can later, I'll post a picture of her, I think, and be like, her! She's the inspiration. But until then, you'll just have to trust me that there she is in the background. Hang on. I got it, fam. Save this as Shiro. Great, cool. Alright, let me pull this up for you now. And now I can see you guys again. Extremely true. I do the same thing with writing. All art is just stealing elements from other people's art. And so I say all this, like, don't actually do art theft. But, you know, there aren't any original ideas anymore. We've just been around for too long. And you will have an original spin on an already done idea, but having a full done, Doug is gone. I will banish him once I'm no longer in my folders here. So just give me 1 second to grab this gal. If I could just remember how the alphabet works. H, A, B, C, D. Shit, where did she go? Where did I put her? I don't know where I saved that image. Alright. Doug, get out of here. Banished. Oops, wrong Doug. Doug, get out of here. Banished. Great, now there's all this room for me. Wow. Time to steal Ruth from under Twiins' nose. Is she from Bungo Stray Dogs? No. I've never watched Bungo Stray Dogs. The most I've got about Bungo Stray Dogs is I like the ending theme song, like the first one. Oh, that's where I put it. Hang on, I found the folder. Hang on. I'm coming back. I'm gonna show you guys super hard. It's gonna be really cool. Just gotta remember how the alphabet goes. L, M, N. There it is! Alright. Wait, I'm just in my fucking folders like a nematode. I'm lost. Sorry, guys. To quote South Park, Simpsons did it. for real though. Yeah, I saved it in the folder that I was using for my latest video that I uploaded, instead of just in my, like, folder of where I put things. Great, it's a really tiny image, but there they are. Yeah, this character shows up, and I'll just put them right there. Don't know what their name is at all. And I can't find a better picture of them, but you can see that they got long ass hair and this, like, stripy suit. And I was like, I like that. So there you go. That's all it takes. Is I like that. Ram is like 4 different I like that's just smushed together. Okay, I didn't find her then. Yeah, I'm sorry. What even happens in Bungo Stray Dogs? Cause I don't know shit diddly about it. I always thought Ruth gave Satsuki vibes from Kill la Kill. I haven't seen Kill la Kill either, so I don't even know who that one is. Is that the one that wears white? That's the only thing I could assume. No idea where that's from. Yeah, that's Dogs. That's Shiro's original manga that he hasn't worked on for like 4,000 years. I'll do my best to find a better picture of her at some point. Yeah, Kill la Kill, you know, I'm sure it'd be fun, but I gotta say, I'm just quite... I'm just, you know, I'm not super invested in watching things that are clearly aimed at fan service for boys these days, you know? It's like also, like, I'll look at my figure sites where I get my anime figures, and I'm really, really bored and sick and done of seeing so many underage looking girls wearing bikinis, and it's like, can we fucking stop already? Like, Jesus Christ. Can any of you go fucking touch grass already, please? I've only watched the first episode, so I don't know. I don't know, but I know that the characters are named after / based on famous authors. Oh, and Bungo Stray Dogs? I might be thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Blood Blockade Battle or whatever. Yeah, I know even less about Bungo Stray Dogs then. Wow. And I bet that makes it a real pain in the ass trying to look up shit about those authors. Like, I'm trying to do a research paper, but this fucking Bungo Stray Dogs version keeps popping up. This is the duality of using real people as your inspo. But yeah, and do you guys want, do you want a sneak peek at some art that I'm gonna be posting on Blue Sky? I'll probably post after stream. How does that sound? I think that sounds fun. Just makes me think of that anime that are just some dudes that are also just wolves walking in the desert. Wolf's Rain? I can only assume it's Wolf's Rain. I don't watch a ton of anime. Cool, I'll scoot over here. And actually, you know what? I want to be... nice. Cool, perfect, awesome. Now you can see my whole outfit now. But yeah, let's bring up some bonus extra art of some of the boys. We're gonna start with Uriel. Let me go grab him. Wherever, there you are. I'm super proud of these, which is why I definitely don't mind showing them off. Also, it's fun because you get to see them in color some more, which means you get a great look at Uriel's bright eyes. Wow. What a bunny boy. Wow, cool guy. What a cool guy. Damn, if I only had a Blue Sky. Damn, if only it was free to sign up. Oh, wait. Is it Wolf's Rain, that one sad movie about a girl getting together with a wolf man and having kids with him? If not, then I don't know. Oh yeah, there was that other, that like, I think it's called Wolf Kids? Wolf Children, actually. But yeah, I like to draw all the fellas in As the Sky Falls in bunny suits. And I gotta actually redo Ram. Rams was the first one. So he ended up not that good, so I'll have to redo him eventually. But there should be 2 more bunny boys after Uriel and Enoch, which I'll show off Enoch as well. Let's zoom in a little bit, get a good look at this good face. Wow, what a guy. Gasped out loud, oh my god, I wasn't expecting this, but I ain't complaining. Thank you. Twins, I found her. Her name is Campanella Frauling. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Da-da-da-da-da-da, this just in. Campanella. Oh my gosh, that is her! There she is. Wow, she's so cool. Oh, here she is in black and white. I like that a lot better. Okay. Campanella. Good job, you. I'm proud of you. This is where I have to also embarrassingly admit. We'll scoot over here back here. I'll just be tiny. I'll just scoot myself over. And I'll show you a better image of Campanella. Where the fuck am I? Hang on. I've got a lot of things to snoot through. This can't be me. Oh, it is. Okay. Reminder that Twiins is not a prude, just wants to goon after men and has little opportunity to do so. It's true. I'm not a hard gooner though, that's the thing. Like, my gooning is, for all intents and purposes, quite tame. It's me going, look at how handsome! Look at how handsome he is! Wow! Like, you know, that's people say, oh, Twiins is gonna become an NSFW artist. Drawing NSFW is hard. Well done, Pyra. Here is a much better image of the inspiration for Ruth. And now you can really see this striped suit and this long hair. All I really did was turn her into a woman of color, really. As long as Shiro doesn't come knocking on my door, then I think we'll be okay. Yep, dogs, bullets, and carnage. Yep. Shiro's manga that he hasn't worked on for a long time. That I haven't read anything about. I don't know what happens to dogs. But I know that Shiro makes amazing fucking character designs, and so obviously I stole this. Sorry, Shiro. I figured it was fine. It's just a pinstripe suit. He doesn't own the rights to those, and it was relevant to the theming of As the Sky Falls. So well done, you. Well done, way to go. You found it. But now let's wander back on over to my crummy art. Over here. Wow. Is she cutting us some cake? I guess she was. Shiromiwa knocks on front door. Twiins, what is this? How are you stealing my characters I haven't been using for 2,000 years? He says it all also in English. And I'm just like, who are you? Cause Shiro doesn't show his face very often. So unless he was like, hi, I'm Shiromiwa. And also. But yeah, I like coming up with unique outfits for the bunny boys. And Uriel's was double exciting. One, because I got to include his very vibrant jacket. And 2, because I gave him the fun thigh-high socks and garters, which is cool and nifty. Also, a white bunny suit, because it looks great against his dark skin. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Uriel's a 10 out of 10. The only thing I worry about is I know someone IRL whose name is Uriel. I made my Uriel long before I met Uriel. IRL, and I'm worried that somebody is going to think I based my Uriel off of Uriel. What a complicated sentence. But we will distract from that with one of my favorite things I've ever drawn, which is now Enoch's turn. There he is. Wow. With an amazing design for his bunny suit with the white like laces up the side. Wow. Genuinely one of the best things I've ever drawn, I must say. I show that off to people. I've got a regular in the back rooms who, like, learned that I'm an artist, and I showed him this as my, like, here's what I do. And he was like, that looks professional. And I was like, golly! Funny how I've been meaning to read As the Sky Falls, but I've just been too busy. But this is what convinces me to finally read it. Sometimes you just need that. Sometimes you just need the artist to say, hey, bunny boy. Did you only do this for the guys? Not complaining if you did, just curious. I have only done this for the fellas. If I do one for Ruth, it will be a troll iteration where I'm gonna crop Enoch's ears out here so that I can zoom in on his nice face a little bit easier for you guys. Wow, what a guy. Yeah, if I do one for Ruth, it's gonna be trolling. Billy and Thaddeus, her two little cronies, are gonna be like covering her up, so you won't even get to see her in the bunny suit anyway. So yeah, there you go. I'm making content for me. But yeah, Enoch is fun because he's got his sunglasses, which are always fun to play with. Give him a good pop of color. Color theory is important. You should be paying attention to who has what colors on them. With Uriel's orange and such. Also, he got cute shoes. Every time I do one of these, I have to look at the previous one to be like, how do I fucking do these leggings? But yeah, 10 out of 10 stuff. Genuinely one of the best things I've drawn. We need more sexy bunny boys in life. I agree. That's the thing. People will make bunny boys, quote unquote. I've even got one, and it's just like a guy in a suit, but he doesn't have a shirt, and but he's wearing the jacket and the pants, and it's like, no, I want this. I want a boy wearing this. Give it to me. Stained glass, but why sunglasses for a priest? Stained glass because they look cool. That's why. I like to think they are also prescription. But just, he likes them tinted. Looking at all that blue light, isn't it? Be the change you want to see in life. In regards to Excalibur needing a bunny Ruth. Listen, you boys, lady enjoyers, get to eat so well. This is what it's like for me all the time. No, I want my favorite to get the cool aren't like this. Oh, well, my favorite was the boy. So you don't get that. Boo. Give them the full Playboy bunny treatment. That's what I'm saying. Put them in this. Sadly, I have morals and don't want to step on boundaries. If you draw fan art of any of them, I'd still like it. If you draw porn of any of them, I'd rather not see it. And there you go, that's the distinction, isn't it? What a date to be a bisexual with no preference. So yeah, there's the best advertisement I think I could do for As the Sky Falls. There you go. There's a couple of real swell looking handsome men for you. I'd like to, a character was introduced, it's Ram's boss, and I would like to do a coloring stream for him as well, kind of like how we did do with Billy and Thaddeus. because I'm really proud of his color palette as well. What a surprise! Twiins likes the color palettes of the characters she makes. So maybe we'll do that at some point in the not too distant future. I'm so high up. There we go. So yeah, read As the Sky Falls. Don't worry, I know that also the story for As the Sky Falls has been a little slow. Like, the main plot has been established, but not too much has happened beyond that in the 4 chapters. Things are gonna start picking up more. It's just a shame that it takes me forever to work on anything because I have to be at the fucking back rooms for 8 hours every goddamn day. Yippee for me. Color girl likes color. Surprise Pikachu face. I think Twiins is too cool to make any ecchi of any character she makes. Plus, with how small of a community it is, I couldn't hide it. Yeah, I'm not particularly. You're Twisty Rob. You're late. I just gave a sneak peek of some super cool art that I'll be posting on Blue Sky after stream, so you can still catch the cool art, but you just missed the sneak peek. Where are your comics available again? It's on Pixiv. I shall provide a link to you right now. Let me just wander on over here. I remember one time someone asked if I wanted to be on Webtoons. And golly, I'm glad that I had been like, no, I think I'd rather get to work on my own pace, because nothing about working at Webtoons seems to be good. Pixiv is free. Totally free. You don't even need an account to, like, look at people's art, I'm fairly certain. So there you go. That should link to me. Let me double check. Because sometimes it just does a weird... Okay, yeah, that's me. You'll know it's me because it opens up to Cinderella and Dr. Pike looking at you. New emote idea, surprise Pikachu face, but with Twiins? Maybe. What if I do it with Doug instead? But like plant Doug. That's okay, Rob, I'm sorry you're going through a hard time right now, but I've gotta be honest. So I'm not a therapist, and we're all here to have fun. So I hope you also have fun while you're able to watch stream, but I would appreciate it if you didn't try to use chat as a way to trauma dump, or vent about hard times, because like I said, we're all here to have fun, and I am not a therapist. So I hope things go well. I hope you enjoy your time here while you have time to hang out in stream, but let's not try to derail the conversation to talk about bummeroni stuff happening in your personal life, okay? Speaking of Webtoon, Fantasy High and D&D campaign just recently got a Webtoon adaptation, and I love it. That's great. I don't know. Oh, that's Dropout, isn't it? I've seen a couple of clips from that, but I've not actually watched like any of Fantasy High. I also haven't watched much of Critical Role either, I gotta be honest. Aren't you a therapist? But I've attended it for like 3 years. No, you don't need to be sorry, Twisty Rob. Just try to have fun. Try to have a good old time. That's my job. I'm not a therapist, I'm an entertainer. My goal is to make sure you all smile, at least for a little bit. It's why we try to avoid also more serious topics in general. Cause I want you all to, I want my streams to be a place where you can just have a good time, even if it's only for a little bit. But yeah, I haven't watched Critical Role much either. Word on the street is that the latest campaign ended. Like season 3 ended with, like Laudna, Imogen, Chettin, etc. And I gotta say, good. So what little I had engaged with season 3 of Critical Role, with the Bell's Hells. No, Yes, Bell's Hells. That was their team name. I just wasn't super into it, and I've discussed it with Allison quite a bit on like Allison, you know, I didn't hate it. Allison watched a lot of it still. But I was like, why was the Bell's Hells not jiving so much? And I think, so, and I had kept falling on, it felt like it was the Laura Bailey show. Laura's character was very integral to the plot, and it kind of just felt like it kept being her character getting to do important, cool things, over and over and over, and everyone else was all just kind of there. And the problem, actually, it's not just that Laura Bailey should be doing less. Playing on my fan-made Grim Magic story, yay! Have fun doing that. Art can be a great way to get to escape from problems as well, huh? Not to mention, it's fun. Art's fun. I make art because it's fun, not because I want to become a millionaire. The only reason why I wish I could make more money doing my creative endeavors is so that I could have more time to do my creative endeavors. Twiins #1 Laura Bailey hater, which is demonstrably inaccurate. That when I wanted to be a voice actor, I counted her as my quote-unquote rival. Because I'm like, oh, she's so good, and one day I'll be as good as her, which is ludicrous. She's way better than me. The problem I actually figured out wasn't that Laura just needed to do less, but rather, it was that nobody at the table made a character with a fucking goal. Like, they all were just like, I just want to enjoy life and have fun. I want to see where the wind takes me. I want to move forward and let things just happen to me. I want to enjoy life as much as I can. And like, that was it. That was all of them. The closest any of them had to a plot was Laura and Marisha's characters. Laura, through her intrinsic connection to the moon, that was very relevant to the plot. And then Marisha's character, who was connected to the Raven Queen, so she had stuff to work out there. But the problem is those two characters opted to start dating, which just added to the oops, all Laura Bailey show, because whenever something important happened, it was also very relevant to Laura's character, whether it was the moon or the Raven Queen, because, oh, my girlfriend is in trouble now, and everyone else was just there. And so I hope for the next campaign is that I don't know what they're gonna do. I do feel like they made a lot of big moves in their world to try to help distance themselves away from Wizards of the Coast more. Because Wizards of the Coast kind of suck in terms of letting their creators have fun. But I hope Mercer sits down and he tells all of them, okay, you need a goal. The goal can't be live. Enjoy yourself. You need like a thing you're striving for. Like a thing to reach for. And that's a tip for anyone trying to make a D&D character. Try to have a goal, especially if it's a long-running thing. If it's just like a one-off, then you can roll with just like, you know, we got vibes. I react to whatever the DM throws at me. That works a lot better. But if it's like a planning for like a long-running adventure, you need something to do. You need like, oh, I'm looking for a mythical weapon. Oh, I want to find a way to save my sister. She's blind, and I'm Joey Wheeler, and I need to save her eyesight with the power of playing cards. You know? I want to become a god. I want to kill a god. I want to destroy a strong monster. You know, anything at all. You just need to have. I want to pick a flower in every region of this country. Okay, that's a weird one. Sure though, why not? But you need a goal. Think about it kind of like Baldur's Gate. Like, yeah, you walk forward and react to whatever the game throws at you. But your character is also given the quest of, you have a tadpole in your head, you need to stop the mind flayers that have tried to infect you. And sometimes a DM will give you a goal, but the way Mercer runs his campaigns, he's not often one to railroad his players. But he needs to tell them, you need to have a fucking goal. Joined a D&D campaign on accident. How do you even manage that? You can only survive on the power of vibes for so long. Exactly. And the only one where that it was okay, that it was acceptable, was Liam, because Liam O'Brien had accidentally kind of become Oops the protagonist for both of the previous campaigns. And so he wanted to take a step back and just be like a chill guy who's here for vibes, to allow the other players the opportunity to, you know, play a really, you know, plot-driven role, but then only Laura actually made a character for that. I want to kill Ares, he tricked me into killing my family. Exactly. If you don't have a good idea yourself, steal it from a video game. I want to collect a magical MacGuffin that gives me a wish. Is that just the Triforce? No. It's just one triangle. I hope to play a full D&D campaign one day. I started one back in high school, but the club disbanded after like 2 sessions. It's hard doing a long, full D&D campaign like that. You need to have friends who are just as invested as you, but also, as you become an adult, it is hard to always find time to meet up with your friends. Like, Critter, Allison, and I don't even have children to worry about, but finding a day where we're all available can still be really tricky. If you have kids in the mix, or something like that, like, it can be really tough. So, I appreciate the gumption, but it's a challenging thing, and also, that's a lot of work for the Dungeon Master to do as well. So, good luck. I hope you achieve your goals. But also know that it's not something, you know, we don't all get the opportunity to meet up once a week like how Critical Role do, because they get paid to do it. Oh, fuck, I've got the hiccups. You have to accept that if you want a full campaign like that, odds are you'll probably meeting up once every 5 months or so, and just dedicate a whole day to playing D&D. A full, like, 8 hours, maybe more. Hang on, I need to drink water. Okay, the hiccup should be gone. So I was painting in the studio and I took a break to walk around, and a D&D table just looked at me and asked if I wanted to join. Well, there you go. Friends, oh, I'm fucked. Yeah, that's another thing as well. It's like, I know plenty of people I'm friendly with, plenty of people who I would, like, if Lava Girl asked, hey, Twiins, you wanna go get drinks after work? I'd be like, yeah, man, hell yeah. If she was like, do you wanna come hang out at my place? I'd be like, hell yeah. But I don't know if I would, like, be comfortable asking her, do you wanna do D&D? Because you need to be like, really on that same wavelength with someone, I think. She would be nice, I'm sure. She'd be like, sure, I've never done that before, but sure, you know? Why not? Sure. But, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's scary taking that first plunge. If she did ever if she was like, Twiins, you wanna play D&D with me? I'd be like, oh, okay, sure, but you know, you gotta get a vibe for, cause some people want to play differently. Some people are like, I like tactical games. I want to play chess, but it's more complicated. I care about the fights, I care about my movement speed, I am a rules lawyer because that's what makes it fun. And other people are like, ha ha ha, let's basically just do roleplay improv for a little bit of time. And there's someone in between for all of that, so it can be rough and hard. But the important part is have fun, isn't it? We're all just here to have fun. never played before, but at the time my sister was getting into Stranger Things, I mentioned how some fangirls pretend to like D&D and have no idea how to play. I will say, you don't have to have played it to like it. Kind of like FNAF, think about it like that. I've never played a single second of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm a fan. Or at least I was at some point. I was enough to make a video. I watched Markiplier play. I watched a good couple of people play, but mostly Mark. Did I know the mechanics of the game? Not really. Did I know the lore? Yes. And so maybe that's what some of these girls like. Yeah, I've never played D&D, but I like watching other people play D&D. Do I understand the rules? No. Seems complicated, but I like the vibes. So don't overlook someone just because they haven't physically played a game themselves. Because they may still very well be like their own little special expert in a way. Once every 10 years when the stars align is when we play D&D. Exactly. All I remember from the high school sessions I did was that my character's name was Aspen, and I met someone in a bar. I don't even remember what class or race I made my character. I remember my first character very clearly. She's very special to me. This wasn't until college, when I got to first play. She is an elf, a wood elf named Beryl. And she's got long blonde hair, and she specializes in electric, like lightning magic. She's a bard. And she was my first playthrough for Baldur's Gate, because what a perfect excuse. Like, it's like, okay, cool. I didn't get to finish the playthrough with Beryl. That campaign fell apart. The DM's girlfriend who was there was crazy, and just, spelled like, it's, you know, fantasy spelling. I think I spell it like this. Beryll. You can kind of do whatever you want. It's a fantasy name. But, yeah, so I never got to, like, complete her story or anything, so I was like, perfect, Baldur's Gate, let's rock and roll, baby! Don't tell that to the Devil May Cry fans. If you even say you thought the new show was okay, they'd murder you. Yeah, Devil May Cry fans don't even seem to actually like Devil May Cry. Like, you know, it's just one of those kind of situations where it's like, I don't like this new Dante. I don't like this new game. I don't like this new show. And it's like, this really sucks for you, I'm sorry. But yeah. New chapters in my comic. Hooray! Never played Devil May Cry, but the gameplay looks fun. I think, so the problem is, the thing I remember the most is Indie Mouse has a video about Devil May Cry 2, where he had tried to do one of his normal kind of like playthrough videos that he'll do, but the game was so boring that he gave up, and then he made a video of that, of how boring it was and how he gave up on it, and that's what I think of. I think of the boring, bad Devil May Cry 2 gameplay, so, that's, which is a me problem. I'm not holding the whole franchise to that standard. Well, Magi Exandria, or that's not what it's called. I always want to call it Exandria, which is, funnily enough, the land, that they run around in Critical Role. It's like Excedra. I love the game, hate the show. That's alright. But I've played a little bit of Magia Excedra, which is the new mobile game, and I think it's coming to Steam too. But I think it fits itself quite well to iOS. It's not really something yet. Like, it's a pretty bare bones game, I gotta be honest. And I've found it difficult to pick it back up. I wasn't disliking it, it's just, like I said, the gameplay was pretty bare bones. It's Madoka running forward for you, and then, a fight, and then you choose the moves that are the strongest. And the combat isn't complex enough to, like, warrant a ton of attention out of you. Maybe it gets harder, but I feel like it would probably only get harder by making the enemies just damage sponges. And the big problem, well, I've got a couple of gripes with it. The big problem is that it very much hinges on, do you remember what happened in Madoka Magica? In that show, a thing happened, and it's like, I know, I watched it. I watched the anime, I watched both of them. Like, it's just like, what if we did the anime again? And it's like, I've seen the opening, the opening shot of Madoka running through the black and white world on her way to Homura so many times, in so many different iterations, and it's like, I've seen this. It's like, oh, we get another Dragon Ball game, and what if we start at the Saiyan arc, and we have to fight Nappa and Raditz again, and it's like, I don't want to fight Nappa and Raditz again. I'm bored of fighting Nappa and Raditz again, and Magia, etc. is kind of like that, where it's a lot of fighting the proverbial Nappa and Raditz again. And something that I found really disappointing is I don't know if there's any new magical girls. I think they're all just recycled from the other Madoka Magica mobile game, the one that is now no longer available to the West, and it might just be full end of service, honestly, but I'm not sure. And it's like, not only did they just recycle all of these girls again, but also they just recycled the same artwork. So like, they're all in totally different art styles, and it's like nice to get the bang for their buck for those, you know, commissioned pieces. But also I'm like, man, there's just nothing new here. It's not a new story, no new characters. It's just nothing new. And the real disappointing thing is, it's like, and so I understand, it's a gacha game. The point is to pull for the magical girls. That's why they're recycled, all of them. So they have a wide pool for their gacha. I wish I got to make my own. I wish I got to make my own magical girl. Oh well. But yeah, lame that there's just no new girls either, as well. And if there are, it's like, you know, the rarest 5-star kind of a deal, but I don't even know if, there are any new girls in it. The gameplay was fun, but it just wasn't enough to keep me engaged, and so that's why it was hard for me to stay into it, especially since I fell quite thoroughly back into Project Sekai, and was dedicating a lot more time to that instead. Imagine doing newer stories. Couldn't be the IP market. So its selling point is to make you gasp and point and go, I understand that reference. Basically, yeah. I don't even know why. I mean, I do know why. It's for money. But I'm just like, what was the point of this? Who was asking for this? Who decided, hey, let's make Honkai Star Rail, but strip away, most of the game and make a Madoka Magica. And it's like, okay, I guess. I mean, yeah, it is a little annoying, but to be honest, I didn't bother, mostly because it's been a while since I watched Madoka, and I didn't get a proper chance to play Magia Record. And that's fair. It's not bad by any means. I think my problem is that, as a returning fan, I feel very underwhelmed. But as a newer, like, someone who hadn't played Magia Record, look at all these girls! Wow, this is so many characters. You're not Kyoko and Sayaka. Well, I can't wait to learn more about them. You know, that kind of a thing. And so I think it's, and I hope it's a good way to pull in new fans. I hope they will be pleased. But as a returning fan, I just feel like we've seen all this before. We've done all this before. I still can't believe they haven't given us a Madoka Magica game where you do get to, like, make your own character. And I don't know why I'm so surprised by that. No one likes letting you make your own character. Which is annoying. But, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I fucking want. Sorry, I'm the thirstiest girl in all the world, apparently. So yeah, recommend. I mean, it's totally free, so might as well get it, right? Get it and try it out. Oh, The tutorial is fucking boring though, and it takes forever. You have to get past the tutorial. It's so, oh my god. It's just like, this is how you play the game, and you, all the animations are so slow and boring. And I'm like, fam, why? You basically have to play it at ×2 speed. And I just don't know why it's so fucking slow. So, oof. If you can get past all that, you're in for a swell little Honkai Star Rail fighter. Do you like Honkai Star Rail but don't like running around a world? But you do like doing the fights and also Madoka Magica? You'll have a great time. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10, depending on if I were in a crabby mood. But by no means would I say it's a bad game. Just kinda a little bare bones. It could use a bit more meat on itself, for sure. Quick, Twiins, learn to program and make a Madoka character creator. Fuck that! I'll just draw one. I got art. I've become a decent enough artist that I can just draw my own things at this point. The problem is I want not just to create the character, I want to be able to run around and fight guys. Well, this is why I've been playing Baldur's Gate so much. And because it's got handsome husbands. Still need to finish Madoka Magica. I got to episode 3 and stopped watching because my attention span sucks and never went back. That was like 6 years ago. I'm flabbergasted. I think I've told this story before, but I'll say it again. So I crunked through Madoka Magica in one day. All of it in one day. And it was also the day before we moved, Critter and I, we moved out of our parents' house to go to college for the first time. Like our first day of college. I slept horribly. I felt bad. Great story though. 10 out of 10. I am flabbergasted. Then you got to episode 3 and stopped watching as well, because that's when things really kick off. Highly recommended. Really fun. I have a hot take, which actually might be an incredibly cold take, but I have a hot take about video games. Baldur's Gate made me think of this. I didn't have nightmares, but it was, you know, that stress sleep you have when you know, like, big things are happening tomorrow, and they're kind of stressful as well, and so you kind of can't sleep, and then they were all just Madoka Magica flavored as well, and so it was, just gets so sad over character deaths, and isn't it like that show isn't afraid of being cruel? It's not afraid of being, I wouldn't say cruel. It's not cruel. You know, you'd get more cruelty out of like Chainsaw Man. You know, I would say it's just not afraid of acknowledging the realities of the situation it puts its characters in. Hey, you're a magical girl. You're fighting monsters, and you don't always win. So, but there's, for being directed by a guy called Gen the Butcher, no real violence to worry about. So, sad. It can be sad, but no violence, no blood, no gore. But there is death. I will let you know. Nothing against it. Love the art style and the story, but my attention span sucks so bad, and I struggle watching shows. That's alright. Maybe just watch one episode, and be like, cool, I watched an episode, and then maybe next week I'll watch another episode. But here's my hot take. Okay, hot, but actually it's incredibly cold. Okay, so, and I think I was meaning to mention this before. Maybe I already have, but I'm gonna just repeat myself. Okay. Farming Sims. Harvest Moon, for lack of, you know, any kind of nuance about it. Story of Seasons, you know, which is just Harvest Moon, but new. Rune Factory, even. They are farming sims. Our beloved Stardew Valley. Okay, great. Swell. 10 out of 10. I like all of those enough. However, they always have this art style, especially the AAA ones. I actually don't even know if they're AAA. The ones that aren't Stardew Valley, they always have this art style that's like, how do we babyify everything? you know, all the character models will be like chibis with big heads and like little limbs and big ass eyes, and they are cute, and I think that's what they're aiming for. And they are rated E for everyone, and that's swell. That's great. I want as well. You know, I want to be able to choose that if I want to play a Harvest Moon game. I want to be able to have the option to choose to play cutie patooties on farm, running around, everything looks like toys. Okay, that's swell. What I want a rated M farming sim. I want a farming sim where you have Baldur's Gate 3 level. I want to fuck the bachelors / bachelorettes. That's the thing, you always get married in these games, but it's like, then they got married and yay, it was great. I want an on-screen NSFW cutscene like Baldur's Gate. I want a rated M farming sim where it is realistically rendered, where we all look like adults, and you get to fuck on screen. And obviously it's not porn, but like, you know, the level that Baldur's Gate reaches for, which can be, you know, can make anyone's cheeks get a little flushed. I want Harvest Moon, but rated M. Is that too much to ask? Is that so ludicrous an ask? We all get so excited about the bachelors and bachelorettes anyway. I mean, just look at the new Rune Factory that's coming out in the not too distant future that looks so ugly. I don't want to be a hater. It just looks incredibly dated. But, thanks, One Taker, for subscribing. I appreciate you. With NSFW farming game, interesting point to walk in on. And am I not correct, though, One Taker, that it would be great? Then they got married, then they got married, then they got married. That's how life works. That is from PBG playing Harvest Moon. That's him playing Harvest Moon Animal Parade. I'll never forget. I quote that all the time, constantly, forever. I love PBG. Peanut Butter Gamer for the uninitiated. But yeah, I think we all care about the bachelors and bachelorettes so much. That's like the main point of the game. Like, that you roll credits after you get married, and I want that marriage to come with explicit sex scenes. I am a simple girl. I want to play Stardew Valley, but also I get to fuck Shane on screen. And I'm not wrong for thinking this. We all want this. That's what we all want. Then they got married is very 1980s/90s. It's 2025, and we can still get married and have sex on screen. Also, didn't you also wanted an Eldritch farming simulator? Did I say that? I don't remember saying that. I don't think so. But I do think we should add Cthulhu's as a villager in Animal Crossing. Like, mind flayers. I think that'd be cute. An Eldritch farming simulator, I wouldn't be mad about it. I'm glad I'm wearing headphones. And then Overhype and says, same. I'm home alone, but the walls of my apartment are thin as hell. Your neighbor is hearing me just yelling, let me fuck the bachelors and bachelorettes. And they're like, what is that? What do they watch? No, I don't want an octopus villager, though I do think we should have more octopus villagers. I want a Cthulhu. It's different. It's an octopus, but also with the body of a man. And winglings. I need to work on Love Livecraft. I really want to. I'm just the world's busiest girl. After Twiins. No, I don't think I said that. But I wouldn't be surprised about it. What the fuck was I just saying? I distracted myself by reading One Taker's chat. Oh, it was clever and interesting, I'm sure. Something about love Livecraft! Oh, okay. And I'm the busiest girl in all the land. Okay, okay. I gotta be honest. In these upcoming 2 months, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to do. I'm trying to finish something for Magical Girl May. I have, like, the days numbered. And so, I might be like, hey fam, there's not gonna be stream because I'm working. Something like that. I don't know if I'll post in, like, another video in April. Stuff like that. I don't know how much I can guarantee I'll, provide in the weekly comic or monthly, comic updates on Patreon. I'm gonna do my damnedest, of course, as always. But, yeah, I'm, in the home stretch of finishing, a huge, big project for Magical Girl May. After that, I'll have so much free time. Yeah, look forward to that. And I'm still gonna try to still produce things for you guys, still stream and stuff. But just be aware that the closer we get to, like, middle of May, the more AWOL I might become. Just so, because I want to be able to finish. So, hooray. Hooray for finally finishing the big giant project I've been working on forever. You all have heard me talk about, I'm working on this project, I'm working on this huge project. You've been hearing me say that for so long, you all probably forgot that, like, it's actually a thing that'll happen. And that I'm not just working on a project for the rest of my life. For Magical Girl May, I plan on drawing one magical girl a day. Hell yeah! That's so fun. I know Critter has lots of cool plans. Allison also is shooting for the stars with her plans as well. So here's hoping that we all succeed and we all have our Magical Girl plans open. I noticed that 3D low poly modeler open commissions again. I did notice. I'm following them now, so I won't lose them. Yeah, so I noticed, and I'm thinking about it. I just have a lot to spend money on currently. Like, I need to buy more pants. But yeah, I'm scoping out so many artists. I want to commission artists because I can now. I've got money, so I'm thinking about it. I'm just wondering if I should actually make myself an actual reference sheet, because I've got the one image of me I've got, you know, the one that you all see while I'm like. I'm doing art and stuff. I've got the couple of my outfits as well, but you know, I've got me over here, and usually I've got my legs, but they're cut off right now. You know, I've got this one image, but I'm just wondering if I need that from other angles. There's kind of no more to really, like, it's like, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, there's no secret details in the back or anything. But I appreciate the heads up. Is it for Magical Girl May? Yes. Hopefully. It should be. If everything goes right, then yes. No, Twiins, you too busy for free time. Even when you're done being busy, you'll still be busy. It's just how it is. The way of the artist. Always creating. Do you or ever want to do commissions? Oh, like me? Like open commissions? I had previously had commissions available as a Patreon tier, but I have removed those tiers because, I was the world's busiest girl. I gotta be honest. And I was worried I wasn't providing enough, like, for those, commission options anyway. So, no. No legs, cause it needs pants. Yeah, no, I don't have commissions open or anything. That's the problem. I've got enough of my own stuff, to work on that I'm this busy. Adding someone else, and I put other people in front of myself all the time. You know, it's like, if someone were to commission me, I'd drop everything else to make sure they're happy, and, Yeah, I'm busy. I'm a busy girl. So no, sorry. Reference, that would be nice. Sometimes I never truly know if your horns are like circular bull-like or like sharp and glassy. Sharp. My grain is mush. Yeah, I guess my horns are kind of hard to signify, aren't they? Hang on, let me grab a picture so I can kind of demonstrate the idea of it as well as I can. Hang on. Funnily enough, I think my lore comic does quite a bad job of demonstrating how my horns actually work. But, I think we can see something pretty well here with this panel. Hang on. I'm grabbing a picture. So, my horns used to be a halo back when I was an angel. Nope, let me save that. I'll stick that. Yeah, that can go there, sure. Alright, okay. Let me pull this up for you. Twiins wants to make sure you get your money's worth from her. True artist. Oh, golly. Halo. I mean, that's the thing. If I'm getting money for it, I definitely want to make sure you're happy. That's the thing. That's why I'm also the best employee, because I'm getting paid. Might as well do my best. Okay, so now you can kind of see. It's sort of like, think of it kind of like a neon light that then just shatters. You see what I'm saying? So it comes out the side of my head. And so when facing forward, you know, if my horns were a complete circle, it would make a halo, but it broke. So, yeah, and so now there are horns, and it's kind of like that. I know I tend to actually draw it quite poorly. I tend to, let me open up something that I can maybe draw on, because I tend to draw them incorrectly, actually. I tend to draw them at the wrong kind of angle. Hang on, let me open Clip Studio Paint. Hang on, it loading. It's loading. Open you up. Cool. Now let's shimmy on over. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Here you are. Okay, now let's shimmy on over here. Oh, right, I'm still over there. Go away. Nope, not you. Go away. Okay. Let me just get a canvas on here. Okay, so. Great. Okay, you can see what I'm doing, correct? Good. Let's make my brush a little bit bigger. Awesome. Okay, so there I am facing forward. Wow, it's me. And then, you know, I've got my bangs, and I'll make them all kind of short and out of your way. So I tend to just draw basically a circle with my halo / horns, and that's not really accurate. You know, then I've got the rest of my head back here, which is usually hidden by my hair. And then, you know, a neck. Okay, great. So think of it like this. And then a horn, and it's just, they're just kind of flat. That's the thing. It's like that. That's how my horns work. You see what I'm saying? Oh, so they're like broken fluorescent lights. Yes. 100%. So yeah, there you go. That's how it works. And then, yeah, usually I've just got my hair, you know, in the way, being all like, whoa, I'm here. And then, you know, it covers that up, and wowie wow willikers. And then that's my hair. So there you go. That's how that's how my horns work. Drawing horns is hard. In the way I've chosen to do it. Horns from the front, horns that are just like, I'm horns. And then you got like, you know, a person. A little devil guy. And maybe he's got hair. Like, that's easy, but my goofy broken halo horns are complex. So yeah, there you go. Little bonus factoid for you. But I think that's gonna be it for today. Jabberjawed enough, and now I can go back to working, and see if I can edit something that's kind of complicated. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Except sharper shards, hence scars. Well, actually, I got my scars from my wings cutting me up as I fell. It's like you guys haven't even read my lore comic. It's pinned to my Twitter and everything. But yeah, adios. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you next week, and I've got a very fun idea for next week. So, hooray. Is it weird that it takes me months to draw one poster? Nope. Not at all. Lots of people work slowly. I'm weird for how fast I tend to try to work. Because I do comics, so I need to know how to draw quickly. So yeah, adios, goodbye. Make smart choices, drink your water, eat your vegetables, do smart things, and see you later.